going to be showing you how to draw from observation using the basic shapes technique. So this is a technique that you could use to draw almost anything, just to get the basic shapes and then develop your drawing by adding detail and then tone. I'm going to be drawing a picture of a shoe here. I had a range of pictures to choose from these pencil sketches to photograph, but I've gone for the photograph in this case. I've chosen pictures with quite simple angles, just because that's easier to start off with and to show you. As your skills advance, you can then move on to more complicated compositions. So it's really important to have the photo really nearby, because you need to be able to see what details you're adding and what shapes you're using at all times. First of all, you need to look at the picture that you're drawing, and I can see that this shoe has an oval shape just at the tip of the toe here, and then it's more rounded at the back here. It's basically straight down one side with a slight curve down the other side. You can then look at the drawing and see where there might be other simple shapes that you could add to your drawing. So if you see here, there's a straight line and another straight line. So that will help me have a basis for where I'm going to sketch some of the lines. There's also a straight line here and approximately here, so you've got a rectangle to start in the beginning, and then you can build out the shape around it. So let's get started. So I'm using a HB pencil, and the important thing to remember is to sketch lightly, because then you can rub out any mistakes that you make as you go. So I'm going to start with these two lines here, just because that's in the centre of the image and it's easier. You can look at any other image to do the same thing. If I was going for this image, again, I would start with this and then this line here. And if I was going for this image, I would draw this section in here before bringing it out. So it's important to look at what you're drawing and then see what works for that picture. So two straight lines, lightly sketched. I'm holding my pencil quite high up because I'm doing a sketched line. When I come to add detail, you will find that I will move my hand towards this way. So placed equally apart, okay, and then joining up for the bottom lace, and then I'll put a line here. I know this lace curves inwards, but I'll start with that. I can then bring in the oval shape of the shoe. Now if you look at this picture here, that is the measurement of the lace. That is also the measurement to the tip of the toe. So I will measure that with my fingers, or you can use a ruler, but I like to use my fingers, and then measure to the tip of the toe. So I know the tip of the toe will be approximately here. I can then draw a basic oval shape coming outwards. Now I might not be able to get the whole of the shoe into this picture. If you did want to get the whole of the shoe, then you might start with the outside outline, or simply draw these parallel lines slightly smaller. So just the sketched shapes first of all. And then you can start to bring in the detail. So I can see that there's another parallel line almost going alongside the eyelets for the laces, and a slightly curved line on this side. So I will add those in next. So slightly more parallel here, and coming out as a curve at the bottom here. The same over this side, but this is slightly more curved, and then curving to the tip here. I can see that this shape needs to change slightly, so I'm going to straighten up the sides and bring it outwards. Okay, and then I've got the extra bit of sole to add in along the edge there, so I'm just going to add that in. It comes up the side here and then comes round. Now this moves all the way down this edge, so I just need to refine this edge. I've got the curve about right when I drew it before. Now this side is slightly smaller than the other side and slightly straighter, so I'm just going to bring that in slightly. I can see that the eyelet is here and this edge of the shoe is very close to that, so I'm just going to bring that in to help get the shape more accurate. Then I'll continue with the tongue of the trainer. So I've already drawn these lines in. They curve as they come up to the bit that goes around the ankle of the shoe. So I'm going to draw that curved line in. You're almost drawing another oval at the top here, even though mine's going off the page. And then it comes close to the edge that I've drawn just here, and then curves round. I can then add my eyelets in. Now if you count these on Converse, there are 6 eyelets here. So you know the top ones are going to be where you've drawn the top of your rectangle, and the bottom ones at the bottom. And then you distribute the 4 remaining ones in between that, trying to make them relatively even, because on this picture they are. Now you can adjust those further as you kind of work through this. So you've got your basic shapes, so then you can start to add in your detail. So now I've got the basic shapes in, I'm going to use the rubber to just neaten this up a little bit to get my definite lines in. And that is my completed sketch using basic shapes and then developing by adding detail. I will be doing another video about how to shade this in the future.